If you're struggling with anxiety, this video right here is for you. Remember this: all forms of anxiety are separation anxiety. The cause of all your anxiety is separation. Whenever you're living without something you want, your mind naturally projects into the future. When you're sitting in the present moment and you're thinking about what is to come, you're already creating a separation using time. You're here now, but you're thinking about later. That, in and of itself, is separation. That's why no matter what you're imagining in the future, you're almost certainly creating anxiety. Let's look at another example. You separate from a romantic partner. They don't want to talk to you. The only option you have is to leave them alone and let them come back into your life. The thought of letting time pass and having to break up the relationship feels so deeply inside you like a death. Again, you're feeling the pain and the angst that comes with separation. All forms of anxiety are because of separation. That's why the best thing you can do is stay present. If you're spiritually inclined at all, you've probably heard of that idea before. And if you're constantly struggling with anxiety and nothing around you has changed, it means that you're fundamentally thinking too much about the future. So, what can you do to deal with your anxiety? You have to find a way to bring yourself into the now. Meditation is a great thing to do if you need to center yourself. But a lot of times when we talk about meditation, people think that you need to lay down in your bed or sit in the lotus position for 20 minutes and have this isolated time where you're only meditating. But the truth is, in order to really deal with your anxiety, if you acknowledge that every day has its smaller challenges, the best thing you can do is meditate throughout the day. If you find yourself waiting or anticipating something, such as the arrival of an Uber or bus, you can stand there and feel the pain of waiting, mutter under your breath and get impatient, looking at your phone, rolling your eyes and wondering where your bus or your Uber is. Or you can simply take a moment to breathe. Why is it that focusing on your breath is one of the best things you can do? There are two key reasons that you should think about your breath. Number one, your breath is automatic, so you don't need to think about it. Number two, your breath is the reason you're alive. So in a moment where you're experiencing separation anxiety or frustration because you're in the future, you can bring yourself to the now and realize that the most valuable biological function you have is working around the clock, even when your mind is somewhere else. Bring yourself into the present and do it consistently. It's a great idea to lay down and meditate for 20 minutes. If you can do that regularly, fantastic. But the best thing you can do is practice mini meditations throughout the day, because every day is going to come at you from a different angle and you're going to have different things to deal with. The best response that you can come up with has to come from your own consciousness, your own desire to respond without reacting. So being able to take a breath allows you to formulate a good response to a challenge rather than simply reacting and getting frustrated. Of course, all of this is easier said than done. But always remember that as much as you can study spiritual lessons or practical practices that you can use to make your life better, the key is not knowing a lot of different things. It's being able to integrate them into your daily life. There are people that read the Bible every day and still commit sins. You can practice meditation for 20 or 30 minutes at a time, but if you find yourself getting frustrated throughout the day, those mini meditations that we're talking about could be much more valuable to your experience than the 20 minutes that you can spend sitting in the lotus position. So again, whenever you're suffering, just remember to bring it back to your breath and try to stay present. Remember that all of your anxiety is caused by separation. You can do it psychologically just by thinking about the future, or you can be lamenting having to separate from a loved one, a job, money, the passage of time, and all kinds of other things. Stay present, focus on your breath, and do it consistently. Eckhart Tolle gives a really funny example of the difference between practicing something and integrating it into your life. It's a quick story. It's just a man is in a room by himself practicing loving kindness meditation. And his daughter walks in the room and she says, "Daddy, Daddy, can you come play with me?" And the father looks and snaps and says, "Can't you see I'm doing my loving kindness meditation?" The point of that story is obviously that you can get frustrated practicing meditation because somebody's interrupting you. But if you're meditating and you're still getting frustrated, you're missing the whole point of the meditation. You're still letting agitation and separateness from the present moment affect you negatively. So remember that the key to battling anxiety and the feeling of separateness that we all feel when anxiety arises is to integrate and stay connected right now. If you're struggling with anxiety and you need help or you found this video useful, leave me a comment, go to my YouTube channel, send me an email. I would love to connect with you and build a community. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you inner peace. Thanks so much.